one of the biggest barriers is we have an older generation who speaks strictly Cambodians and not a lot of English. Then we have the newer generation who were born and raised here in the United States and who speak just English and doesn't understand a word of Cambodians. So there's this message getting thrown back and forth, but no one is intercepting it and receiving it in a proper way.
My mom and my grandma, it's hard to communicate with them because I don't really speak Cambodian that well. She doesn't understand me a lot. And it's gonna be hard to like talk to her. There's a real like language barrier between us.
I do speak Khmer, but conversationally. Fluently is very hard, especially when it gets to the more proper part of the language and things like that.
And even like something small, like go get that bucket or something for me so I can wash this meat or something. Like which one? Or where's it at? And they'll say something like I'll just be lost. Like what color is it? And she told me the color, and I was like, is it this one? One with the holes in it? I don't know which one you're talking about. So it's hard to help out around the house if I can't even speak with them.
I'm pretty sure my first language was Cambodian, and then when I started going to school, that's when I started losing it. It started getting harder for me because I was learning more English from school than my parents were teaching me Cambodian at home.
Almost in every culture that has two languages, you have to pick one, and English usually wins. Hands down, English wins actually, because you're living in this world where the text and education, TV ads, everything, magazines, everything is involved in English. So why would it be necessary for you to learn your parents' language?
I'm afraid to say this, but eventually their own culture will be gone because they're not practicing each other. They don't balance it out with each other, So the parents gonna keep on practicing their own culture, and the children gonna keep learning more and more and more about the American culture. So inside them, eventually, when they grow up, they don't know much about their own culture anymore.
What is right for your people? What do you think is the best option for your people, which is not chosen for you? It's given to you. You're given an English class. You're given the title English learner. You're given that. 7th and 8th grade started, and that's when you get the label ELD, ELS, whatever it's called, English language learner. But also it was a toll on your confidence and your self-esteem to have that label class.
Children came from school and get home have nothing to do with their parents. They don't want to go and hang out with their parents because they hardly can communicate, and probably their parents are doing something that the children cannot understand.
My mom and grandma, when she's home, they just watch TV, or they cook and then they watch their little Cambodian movie or Chinese movie.
Watching Cambodian movie, they don't understand what is going on. They don't understand the area, the food, the system, the culture. Therefore, they just don't understand. So what do? They came back from home, straight go into their room, have no communication with their parents.
And then everybody's isolated. My mom and grandma is down there watching TV, and I'm up here playing video games or doing homework. I don't really talk to them about stuff. If I had a problem in school, I would just have to figure it out myself.
If we get in trouble, we wouldn't speak to our parents about it, and our parents wouldn't be able to talk to the school system about it. Like this time when this girl, she was like, you don't need a mask because you're ugly, and then I forgot what, you're kids, so you just say random stuff, and it didn't, I don't even know how she said this. She lied or something. But I was in the principal's office the next day with a police officer. And he said, the principal said that, asked me all these questions. Are you in a gang? Are your brothers in a gang? this girl in our class, Kathy said, I forgot, Katie said that you said you had a gun, and my desk was moved around. I saw my stuff move. I was 5th grade, like 6th grade. And the thing is, now that I'm older, I know that my parents should have been in there. I know that a translator should have been there for them. I know that maybe that mom should explain herself, because supposedly that mom called the principal or something. That's not right. See, that's an unfair advantage. That mom already has the advantage of speaking, that language. They have their mom to defend them, and you have yourself. You have yourself to cry in that room, by yourself. It was messed up. But I wish that my parents went through the educational system here, so then I can get help from them. Like those times when I just started to learn math, started to learn English, started to learn alphabet in a normal American family. You see on TV, you see in your friends and how they're raised.
Most of my friends, I kind of seem like lucky that they have English-speaking parents, because they could talk to them more. Or it's easier, life is just easier when you can talk to your parents. They just go through problems you see on TV, just arguing and that small stuff.
Me, being 12 years old, I was like, oh my gosh, what is wrong with her, My gosh, I hate this. And I started to resent certain things, because I felt like I didn't get to have fun when other kids were going out and have fun. And I felt like my mom was just complaining. When I was your age, I had to walk to school. I only had one pencil, and I had to use the pencil until it gets to the eraser part.
She likes to compare us to other children, other people's kids, and that's so annoying.
Oh, look at that person. He's a police officer, or he's a doctor.
Oh, she's so smart now. He's so smart. Da, 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 but she doesn't even know about my grades and stuff. I used to do really good in school.
Pretty much it with their inputs in education is when we're in trouble. So that's not something healthy as a parent, to be only in the punishment aspect of education, But when we're doing something right, it's like, Mom, look, I have to explain her, look, my GPA, that means, it means I get all A's,
Like what I said before, lack of communication. Sometimes the parents are focused on doing their thing, other thing. I mean, it's a good thing too sometimes, because they're out there trying to work and make money, put food on the table, pay for their house. But sometimes it's hard for them to understand what their child wants in their life,
A lot of parents are misunderstood from a point of view sometimes, and that's what I experience. As a job that I work every day, I have parents fighting with their own children, come to my office and just asking for help. Say how can I understand what was going on with my son, because he just totally Americanized. The parent understand that, okay, your child is 100% Americanized. So have you explained the Cambodian culture to him?
Gary Chapman wrote a book on 5 love languages. It is touch, act of service, it is word of affirmation, it is quality time, it is gift. And I think these 5 languages demonstrate the love language in America culture. I think Cambodian second generation, they are thirsty for all those love languages. The act of service, the word of affirmation. They really wanted to hear the word from their parents saying, I really love you. You are so cute. You are so smart. I know you're gonna be so great. Let us talk about the Cambodian love language. And I think there has never been any book written, the love language that is happening in Cambodia, that is happening in Cambodian culture. But I would just say the love language from the experience that I have. Cambodian parents would never come and say, "Oh my gosh, you're so smart." You know, but if you make mistake, they was like, "You were so dumb, you gotta correct this. Don't be so stupid. Why cannot you figure it out?" Instead of trying to encourage you that you can do it, but they push you in another way, saying, "Dude, you can do it. Look, my son, look, the son of this person can do it, and so you can do that too. Look, Cambodian people in Cambodia don't even have food to eat, and they are so smart. And you have milk, you have all kind of food you want, you must be smarter." Comparison, I would say, is a big love language. Cambodian parents would never come to you and give you a hug and say, "I love you so much." But if you make mistake, they take you into a room or maybe spank you in front of everybody else. They just don't express that love. But in their heart, nobody can touch you. Nobody can touch their children, not even a bit. They love their children to death. And their love language is this: "I love you, that is why I blame you all the time. I love you, that is why I compare you to another person, so that you can challenge, you can have something to challenge. I love you, that is why I go out to work from dawn to dusk, and I don't have time with you. My love for you is not about the quality time that I have with you, but it's about the money that I make and bring it home. I love you is not because the food that you like or the materials that I have for you, but I love you. I can tell you that I love you because no matter what time it is you come home, there is always food in the fridge that you can go and grab and put it in the microwave and eat it. And probably I love you by letting you know that I'm trying my best."
It needs to start now, a plan of action to build that bridge between parents who are born in Cambodia, those who are Cambodian refugees, and those who are American born raised.
It'd be nice for Cambodians to take the next step to better themselves as a community. It'd be nice to have an organization or something of the sort. It'd be nice to have a mediator between the two generations.
The parents need to understand that we're living in this world that this is everything technology, you know. It's not like the old days back in the 70s or 80s, you know, they need to understand that part. But at the same time, the kids need to understand what their parents came from.
Show them how it worked. This is how things works back in the day. And also the kid have to do the same thing. Say, this is how things work at the present time. At my generation, this is how it worked. I love our culture, but I'm not trying to forget our culture, but we have to combine the both cultures, both way, at least 50-50, in order for me to understand you or you to understand our, the cultures.
The communication comes both ways. For me, as the daughter, I have to be willing to open up and share things with my mom. It's trust, it's rapport, It's not just mom as my mom. I love and respect my mom as my mother, but I love her and respect her even more when I see her as my best friend.